with the Gamestation Go, riding the funk train. You with Funkmaster V and his best Atari buddy, John from the Atari Network. How you doing, baby?
I keep smacking my microphone. How you doing, Vinny?
Man,
so what did you just accomplish?
I have been trying to beat any type of paperboy. And I don't mean like I go out in the street with a golf club sometime. There's like an 8-year-old with red hair on a BMX Schwinn, and I try to beat him. I can't beat him. I've never been able to beat any paperboy in any incarnation. And right now, moments before showtime, I was sitting here like a 12-year-old kid with snot running down his nose. You were like, dude, are we going to do the show or what? I'm like, hold on. And I just beat Paperboy, the Atari Lynx version on the excellent.
Oh, the Lynx version. Okay.
Yeah, the excellent Gamestation Go, man. This is, and we're
awesome.
We're gonna sit here and let the battery drain as we go.
I was gonna say, do you need more time? Are we interrupting your Paperboy time?
Well, this is research. Now, I've been playing all day. This is another thing we're going to talk about. And right here, there's only one chunk of the battery life, and I've been playing on this off and on for ever since I got up today, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
No, how long is the battery? So that has good battery life, huh?
I think it does. I mean, it came out of the box, and I was able to play it for 3 or 4 hours without even charging it. So that was a cool sign too.
Oh, wow.
We're going to let that just sit there like that. We're going to let it ruminate for the show, and we'll see what happens. I'm going to take this off. We're going to get close. And
how did the Jets do today, Vinny? Did they win?
Oh, man. Oh, they held their opponent to 13 points, which is outstanding.
Nice.
Yeah.
So they won? Are they 1-7 now, or?
They lost.
Oh.
They're 0-7.
0-7. That's right.
They're saving that one for next week.
Right. Who do they play next week?
Who knows? I've turned I've reverted back to. I was a Jets fan, and then I would protect myself, and I wouldn't pay attention to it for years. And after the first couple games, I just turned my brain. I'm wearing the stuff because it's a costume, kind of, and I like what it means and stuff. But then what it
as a Lions fan, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I don't. So. If they don't put a team on the field that's worth a damn, I'm not going to give them any of my time or my soul.
But we don't need to talk about football, Vinny, because there is actually we planned this episode 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, a little bit.
And at the time, I guess there really wasn't too much going on. I mean, we had a lot of announcements, but I feel like we've been hit with a ton of news since then.
Yeah, I agree. Yes. I don't know. I don't need to really extrapolate on that. But yes, there's been a lot of news. We were wanting to do a thing that's kind of like one of those evergreen topics. Speaking of the Jets, we could use that anytime, this comparing games to Rikki and Vikki. But there's a lot of stuff to talk about too. You want to lead off with that?
Yeah, let's jump right into the news because we have, of course, I guess the first thing we got was the surprise launch of the Gamestation Go. So that kind of came out, 2 weeks early, I think, something like that.
Yeah, it did release a while ago. I've had it for about, I don't know how long I've had it. It's been a blast. I'm about to do a review on my channel, which is Big and Funky Productions. I'm doing research right now. That's why and I've got a busy week up ahead, and I really want to get a video out there of something Atari, since we just had the Portland gaming retro thing, and I kind of want to piggyback off that. Yep. The Gamestation Go is awesome, but it's not perfect, and we're going to get into that on my channel. We can talk about that now too, if you like. But
I mean, we'll just talk about a teeny bit because it was a surprise release, but the reception from the community has been incredible on this thing. Being on Facebook, I get mine tomorrow, I guess, is what the mailman says. Yeah, but everybody on Facebook just adores this thing, and it's I mean, I'm happy for it. I'm always worried when I see MyArcade. I'll be honest. MyArcade, I got one of their things from Big Lots like 10 years ago or 8 years ago, and it came out of the box broken, and just I've had bad experiences with MyArcade, but it seems like they've turned things around. So
when I went in your arcade, I mean, there was only 2 games in there. One of them was broken, and there was a lady smoking. She was smoking cigarettes, and she asked me if she wanted to go in the back alley, and I was like, "This arcade sucks."
Oh, Linda, yeah. She's the best game in there. Yeah, anyway,
but No, I mean, I agree. I mean, this isn't an official Atari product,
It's
and I think,
officially licensed, I think, but yeah.
but it's, it doesn't feel as good as something maybe Atari would make, or definitely Nintendo or something. I have a lot of negative. If we did the Ben Franklin pros and cons gimmick, there are quite a few cons, but they're minor. They're not very. Nothing is a deal breaker. There's nothing on here where I'm like, well, this is a piece of crap. I mean, there are concerns, but there are things. I mean, I'm sitting here playing the Atari Lynx, and I can just switch over anytime and play PlayStation or Game Boy Color or Atari 7800 games or whatever with the same device, and it looks cool. It feels good in the hands, so
absolutely.
It's good.
And it looks like the Atari.com units have shipped. I imagine some of the other websites have not. But there's also a unit available at BJ's Electronics, if you have one near you, which comes with a carrying case, which I find interesting. I wish I could get that one.
Same price?
I don't know. If anybody knows in the comments, I don't know. I think it's a similar-ish price, but
that sucks.
yeah.
Well, we're getting a BJ. Speaking of Linda and your arcade and BJ's, we're getting one of those down here in a couple of months, I think. So
yeah, we do love BJ's here at
well,
Big and Funky.
Universally adored.
Yep, but that's not the only thing we had happen, Vinny, because PRGE, like you said, happened. It's always a big event because it's kind of the prime AtariAge event. Atari has made it kind of one of their big deals, over the last 2 or 3 years.
Hey, and I want to thank him. Put him in that corner of the United States. Next year, just do it in Saudi Arabia, where there's just no chance. Yeah, just the Alaska. Have it out in the sea. Have it on international waters on a covert drug running boat. Just put it where the population can't get to it. Just Portland's good. Maybe Mexico near the border down there next to Venezuela or something. Just I can't believe they don't have. There's nothing. I'm talking New York City, Atlanta, Cincinnati. Somewhere on the East Coast, put one of these damn things. But anyway, I appreciate you guys doing that. It saves me a lot of money. I'd probably spend so much money.
Yeah. Well, all the big guys, we don't get to go, but you have all the guys that matter get to go,
and they pay for it.
Well, yeah, they don't. Well, unless they're on a panel, they might get flown out if they're like on a panel or doing a presentation.
We need to do that. We need to do that.
We can do a panel. Well, I think you got to pay for booths. I don't know. We'll look into it. There could be Atari Network at PRGE one year, but so they had that this year, and there's always a lot of things that comes out of that. I think let's start with kind of the small potatoes first, because we got more new AtariAge games just released at PRGE, Vinny. Some cool stuff here. Just released today. They've been at the convention all weekend, but we got Exercise. I can't read that other thing. Oh shoot, Plan 8, Escape Earth, Rezig, Robot Tito, Strike Zone, Bernie,
Robot Tito.
I'm sorry,
from Gary, Indiana, up your way. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that looks like a Vlad game. Actually, there's probably a list down here.
Yeah, let's do that.
Or it's a little bigger at least. Bernie and the Tower of Doom. These are the 7800 games, which me and you are big 7800 guys. So the three 7800 games are Bernie and the Tower of Doom, Mousetrap, and Tunnels of Hyperion. So just off that list, Vinny, anything that jumps out to you?
Well, I've got, we'll combine this. Tunnels of Hyperion in its completed form is available for free download with Trevor's ROM pack on the forums, and I've been playing that. It plays great with the Atari Gamestation Go. You can play this thing on the go. You don't even have to pay for it. I'm going to buy it, of course, because I believe in doing that. But this week, before I go to California and Vegas and Nashville and stuff, I'm going to hopefully release a Tunnels of Hyperion review, and then I'll review Mousetrap and Bernie. Well, I've already got a Bernie review up, so because it was in the VCS store. But yeah, I mean that's for free, which is awesome of Vlad doing that. There's also the Monkey's Mattress game, which is very weird. I've already ordered that. But Bernie and the Tower of Doom, we're going to talk about a little bit more tonight. That one's that's a game you should definitely check out if you like fun, nerdy games.
It looks very, at least there's like a Mario Brothers overworld aspect to it. That's kind of something new for the Pro system. So yeah, definitely. That looks great. Mousetrap, of course, a classic. Daryl 1970 is taking control of that, or taking control of it. No, he's releasing that one, and then at least from what I played back when it was a work in progress, that's also a great port.
I that game never really captured my imagination, but I did play it on the demo on the Atari Gamestation Go, and the demo plays flawlessly, which you can't say that about all of these 7800 games. There's some that suck on there, don't boot, but some do.
Yeah.
Go back down, my man. What's that? We missed the one, Minigun Miner. That sounds fun.
Minigun Miner. That does sound fun. That's a 2600 game. Excellent box art. Look at that box art. That is.
I wish the 7800 would still go back to the silver. That's the only. I like them being differentiated. But
this looks like almost looks like a Caverns of Mars deal, but probably not.
Looks like a Hero / Cavern of Mars.
Maybe it's a Gravatar type thing. Let me read the. It's time to hunt for treasure. Armed with a minigun, fire at will to begin digging your holes. Your goal to unearth coins, diamonds, rubies, other treasures. So you're excavating. You have a minigun, and you're trying to get treasure. So very cool. Looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Exercise too. That one.
No, that who cares? I thought it was about lumberjacks or something.
Yeah, no, it's Jason. It's in the old what's that? The starts with an A, but. Activision style, box, but it looks cool. It looks like
looks like Clock Tower in Splatterhouse. You remember Clock Tower?
Yeah. Oh yeah, with the giant scissor man
looks kind of like that. That looks really good too.
It looks great.
Yeah, and then go to Robot Tito.
Oh, Robot Tito, gotcha. It's Robot Tito, I'm sure.
It looks like a Vlad game.
It is it says VHDC Games.
Yeah.
And it looks like a Vlad game.
Tito.
So, looks like you have a mechanic where you can go up and down maybe to kind of.
You can also do ABC or I Want You Back with your brothers Michael and Jermaine.
ABC. Yes. Yep. Good stuff there. Does Mousetrap pretty much require one of those Genesis or SNES controller adapters? No, not when I played it. So
why would it need that?
There are some functions too, at least like if you played the 2600 version, there was some elements missing, I think. But as far as I know, you don't need an SNES adapter. We can go read it.
Let's go read this shit. People
you do. Thank you. Good eye, Cafe Man.
He probably did that on purpose.
Yeah, no, that was a good. Thank you.
To give us now. Go back up to it and see what the cost is if we include the adapter.
With the NES, it's $67 and $77.99 with Mega 78, but that is a more expensive peripheral. Or you could get both for $85.
And you can just overwhelm yourself.
But okay, so why does it need it? Let's see. Classic XD game, 1 or 2 player, 3 difficulty, built-in hokey, Atari Vox save key, controller support. Featured a joystick, 3 buttons for controlling the doors, and a doggy button. Okay, so yeah, I knew there was more to it than what was on the 2600 version. So it looks like it uses the original arcade controls where you have the 3 buttons for the doors and a doggy button. So very cool stuff, actually.
There's a bonus game in that too called Mouse Line.
Yep, and there's Mouse Line on the bottom.
I think Mouse Line is what rodents call for dating advice. You remember that show back
is this Mouse Line?
Hey, you're here with Dr. Funk and Chuck E. Cheese.
So here, Cosmopoly, real quick. I don't want to keep interrupting Vinny with his great quips, but He wants to know, what's going on with AtariAge? I placed an order September 15th. No tracking number. No one is answering emails. So here's the thing, Cosmo. You must be new to the community. We're so glad to have you. But AtariAge, if you ordered on September 15th, especially if you've ordered some of these new, were these other games up there then? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Were they? So
yeah, we ordered. I ordered Mattress Monkeys a while ago. Cosmo, this is something that everybody, and we have done numerous podcasts about this in the past. AtariAge is better than it was, but man, for about 2 years, he was so underwater with orders that you could order something and wait a year and a half for it. I know that's
easy,
and sometimes 2 years, and sometimes not that long at all. Everybody who's been around as long as John and I have grown patient with Albert. We know Albert's not a shyster, but it is a one-man show. This stuff is very popular now, but now that he's married to Atari, we said, hey, bro, you're going to have to up this shit because it's going to make Atari look bad. People are going to think you're one of these scam artists, which there's quite a few scammers in the retro universe. And but he's not going to take your money and run, but his customer service is not great right now either. There's four things I got to return. He's not even sent me a return email yet. So
his customer service was fantastic about
the time.
Yeah, right before that last chance sale. And I think he's just been so overwhelmed. The guy, and he had people offering help to him. So it's kind of a issue of his own creation, but I still don't, he does great products. Is there a bowling game added to this? Anyway,
Strike Zone Bowling, yes.
Yeah, no, or I meant a pool game. I'm sorry.
Oh.
But so you're safe. You're gonna get your games. I promise. The time frame of when you'll get your games or email or something, that's a whole nother thing. So he really should put that somewhere on here too. Like, please allow up to 2 years for delivery. But no, you're safe. I just don't know when you'll get your stuff. But moving on, Vinny. So there's a lot of cool stuff here. Go to AtariAge, check it out at your leisure. He's at PRGE now, so especially he won't be answering.
I will say this as well. This is much better. Speaking of only the 7800 games,
those should ship fairly quick when he gets back.
Watch your language.
Yeah, a GD
7800 GD. Hey, we're a Christian podcast here, but this is a much better selection of 7800 games than the last batch, which was pretty neat. These games are much better.
Yeah, I agree. I'm excited for all three of those games actually. So, especially knowing now that added controls. Thank you, Cafe Man, once again. And Cosmo
takes care of us.
Yeah, Cosmopoly, I think you'll get those sooner than later. But
Good luck, pal.
Yeah. But PRGE, we had another bigger announcement, Vinny. So we had a new piece of hardware come out in October. We knew in November we were getting the Pac-Man edition Atari 2600 Plus, but we just got a new announcement, and for December, no less. So it seems like we're getting a console a month because the Intellivision Sprint is coming this December. What do you have any thoughts on the Intellivision Sprint, Vinny? Our new Intellivision console?
Honestly,
yes.
I just spent $1,300.
Yep.
On theater tickets for Broadway this Christmas to go see Wicked and the
I thought you were going to say something else. Okay.
At the Radio City Music Hall.
Okay.
So I am thankful to Atari that they've released this thing that I have no interest in, because I need to really cool down on spending money, even though my family's very important. I just bought this, right?
Yep.
This was with shipping, $200,
$180. Yeah, 200. Yep.
I'm going to get another charger. I'm going to have to get some sort of little purse to carry this around so I don't break the damn thing.
Louis Vuitton.
Little Michael Kors bag, and then all the Pac-Man jive I don't need.
Yep, you got those games.
I spent $200 something on that Pac-Man
console.
damn thing in the gold box.
Yep.
That was a special release.
Oh yeah, from Comic-Con. You mean the special
Sandy,
edition?
Yeah. So the Pac-Man double feature. So yeah, this has no. It looks cool.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
So this is going to be for me one of these. If it's somewhere down the line on a Black Friday in the year 2028. I will probably, because you know what to me is almost the thing that almost sells it is all of the overlays. I think are cool looking.
Yeah, the overlays are great. You get one for every game, I believe, or two. I'm sorry, for every single game.
I guess they flip. Yeah. So
yeah,
it never been an Intellivision fan. That's why we're doing an Atari thing now. This is all basically nostalgia anyway, and you know, going back to this, which I'm about to do a review this week, guys, about this. This has the M Network games on it, and you can upload side upload Intellivision games on it. The M Network games do not impress at all, and I know that's not exactly Intellivision, but if you look at these things, none of these things make my heart skip a beat.
AD&D Tower is not on it, Cafe Man.
Yeah, and that's one of the ones that's like one of the killer apps. That's like Alien Brigade for a 7800 system,
right? So. Yeah. I'm with you on that. The only thing, the Intellivision Sprint, I think the timing is all off on their releases here, because it felt like we went all year waiting for something. We had a couple things and then long periods of nothing. And now all of a sudden we get GameStation Go, GameStation Pixel came out, or Pixel Pocket. We got all this stuff coming out at one time. And then they hit us with another console right at the end. At $150, no less. Let me start going.
And look at and those damn watches too. You know, they're hitting us, trying to get us to buy these watches for $350 that look like an asteroid game on it.
So much stuff coming out at one time, and my thing with this is, when I first saw it, I did get excited initially because I was thinking this was the Intellivision Plus.
Yep.
And I got excited because I did start collecting Intellivision games because I got a Intellivision console up on the shelf next to me, but the controllers are awful. So I thought maybe I can't pull them off now, but they're falling apart literally. Yeah. So I thought it'd be cool to have a brand new unit, hooks up to HD TV that could play the cartridges. Now, of course, this is not that, but there's no cartridge slot. You do have USB slots. You have, let's get down to some of the features here. The wireless controllers that do charge when docked. You have 45 built-in games, including Boulder Dash, Shark, baseball, and more. So baseball is one of the marquee games. Easily connects to modern TVs, obviously. 2 wireless controllers, overlays for every game. USB-A port, can connect original Intellivision controllers to controllers because the originals don't disconnect. But you have to buy a separate adapter. Anytime you add dongles and adapters, that gets a little iffy for me. And you can also use the USB-A ports to play additional games sold separately. So it sounds like they're going to try to sell USB sticks with games on it. My thing, I don't want USB sticks. So if you want to play Intellivision, I guess the big thing would be the controllers, but I hate those controllers anyway. I disliked them so much. I mean, I just mentioned I have the original controllers, but I bought this thing so that I could avoid.
Let's zoom in on that. I'd like to see that up close.
Oh, yeah. So I could avoid playing with those controllers because that disc is god awful. If you have never played with a real Intellivision controller, it is pretty bad. It's about as bad as a Pro line, to be honest. Which we know back in the day we enjoyed them, but today I don't want to play with a Pro line, and I don't want to play with an Intellivision controller either. But that's just me.
That's true.
But hopefully, since it will take Intellivision controllers, they'll have some sort of ability to play those. I also heard somebody say a dongle for cartridge port or something that is being thrown around as an idea. Again, anytime you add dongles for things, I think that's you get into a messy territory because now you got all this stuff hanging off of there. Overall, I'm not excited for it. I ain't going to be getting it. I was never an Intellivision guy to begin with. but I've heard Intellivision people say that they love this. They are thrilled to death
Wonderful.
to get it. And I think that's the thing. They're starved for stuff. We've been spoiled with Atari. We got the VCS. We got all these recharge games. Then we moved in.
Flashback.
Yep, flashbacks and stuff. And television has had nothing. And this is something that they can finally look to and have hope for the future. The dog
Good.
agrees.
One bark for yes.
Yep.
I'm going to be an asshole too. This thing doesn't even look cool. I mean, it's like I know it looks like what it used to look like with the little, but like it's such a goofy looking system anyway. It looks like something for nerds to begin with. So I don't know. It looks like it's. But anyway, if anybody, the Intellivision people, hey man, if this is what floats your boat, have a good time with it, man. And I think the price point is a little high, and I think that probably has to do with the controllers more than anything else.
I think the price would have been more digestible if they hadn't just charged us $200 for the Gamestation Go, $180 for a Pac-Man, $140 for the games, $200 for the special edition Pac-Man. Spread it out a little bit. There's a whole year we could have done this.
Well, tax time. This thing could have came out around January or whatever. I don't know. But again, this is, you make your money in Christmas, and a lot of us have disposable income now in the 40s and 50s and 60s. And so this is
what they do.
They're just going to keep milking us until there's no more milk.
Yep, until we're in the nursing home and the milk is dry.
Someone said that cartridges require 9 volts and a USB port only puts out 5
So
volts.
then, if they did that, you would need a adapter hanging off the console with a plug going to the outlet to your wall. It ships December. What is the actual? I guess we can look over the game list real fast too. Hold on.
I thought he was asking about. I've been seeing the doctor about my colon. But
December 2025 is the only date given. It says early December 2025, so I imagine it'll ship first week of December, I guess. Games list, just gonna name off a few that sticks out: Astro Smash, B-17 Bomber, Boulder Dash is a great game. Frog Bog, Night Stalker, Shark, Snafu. This list don't look great to me. But if you're an Intellivision guy, this might be thrilling. But there is no AD&D. There is somebody else mentioned. There's some favorites missing. So
I don't know what's good and what's not good. I mean, some of the titles sound interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I think, like you said, a lot of it was sports games back in the day, and Intellivision was known as a great sports game console, kind of like the Genesis was a few generations later.
Yeah, and who those are worthless now.
Yeah, so, but very cool stuff. We have one more announcement that I kind of just fell into a little bit before airtime here. I was seeing what videos popped up on my YouTube feed. Laird and somebody else came out with some videos saying that Atari and PlayOn have gained rights to more Toplan games. And for those of you that don't know why that would be a big deal or why we should even care, Toplan is the company who did Tiger Heli. So Laird's Lair came out 4 days ago. Atari X Toplan, more new 7800 games. A week ago, Ballistic Coffee Boy reported on it. They signed a multi-game deal. I just want to jump to this first website here because it had a few points. This is from ArcadeArchives.com. Surprising move. Atari is porting several Toplan games to modern and retro Atari consoles, starting with a new version. We already know that because they already did the Tiger Heli, but now they have the rights to do, I believe they said 4 or 5. So they haven't announced which games, but they are looking at Slap Fight, Twin Cobra, Truxton, Zero Wing.
Zero Wing is cool.
Yep.
I remember that game.
So is Truxton, Fire Shark, Outzone. And then look, Vinny's review is on the website.
Yay!
You need to let those guys know you need paid for that.
I was shot down in that picture.
Yeah,
that was an awful day for me.
You look awfully happy to be going down.
Nah, I'm sitting there going, "What's the shit date right now?"
I need the shit date. Hurry. But yep, so that is just some news. I guess there's 4 or 5 new Toeplan games coming out. I'm hoping for Truxton and like you said, Zero Wing. Twin Cobra would be cool.
That'd be wild to have Zero Wing on the 7800. I mean,
yeah,
the Tiger Heli game was very good. It was
Very
I
good.
don't think it shook the world, but it was a game that came out of nowhere that it had no Atari flavor whatsoever, and it just was like it'd be like releasing Mortal Kombat on the 7800, or even crazier than that. Like releasing a Yoshi game or something for it. It'd be like, what? So it came out of nowhere. It was good. It wasn't the best game in the universe, but it was a good game. So yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Bring them.
Right. And Mr. Shua, Atari Toeplan deal going to be another expensive month if we get them all. You ain't kidding, but I will gladly get all those. But yeah, so I think that's kind of all the news we've gotten since the last podcast, Benny. So if you have nothing else you want to discuss, we can jump right into today's topic.
Let's do it.
All right. So 30 minutes in, we finally get to the meat and potatoes.
I kind of feel like we did well getting through all that.
Yeah, that was a lot of news, actually. So, but today we want to talk about games that are almost as good as Rikki and Vikki. So,
well, I think the title, what I suggest and what I meant is there ever going to be a game that is better than Rikki and Vikki on the Atari 7800? And there's a lot of reasons why.
I want to show the intro.
There's a lot of reasons why this game is something that we herald in the 7800. I mean, first of all, look at the graphics, look at the scrolling letters, look at the interesting characters, look at the care, and to be fair to everybody else who's a hobby programmer, the guy Tailchao, who made this game, took years off of work with a staff. Now, I don't know, I doubt they were full-time staff, but he probably had people there. He told us that he had people that were actually helping him make this game, and he took time off work to make this game for years, and he wanted this to be a viable. I have no idea still to this day why he chose the 7800, but he did release this on Steam. But this is music wise, the gameplay wise, and again, also whether or not you use this as a 2-player game or a 1-player game changes the entire game.
2 games in one, essentially.
It's got unique, so you're gathering keys, obviously, and it changes. There's multiple worlds. There's an interesting control system. You can use blocks as weapons. You can use blocks as obstacles. You can use...
Move ahead a little bit.
Boy, this guy, and there's Dutt.
Yep.
It's been a while since I've hung out with Dutt and Rikki and Vikki and the Misery Dragon.
Dutt is awesome. Yep.
Yeah, I'd like to have a stuffed animal of that guy. But here we go. It's different worlds, and it changes the gameplay. So this game is awesome. And again, I've said this in my review. This is not the puzzle platformer universe, cutesy, cutesy little cartoon characters. This is not my bag. However, I do have to respect that there's nothing on the 7800 system that really has come close to this game, especially music, graphics.
Oh, it's the whole bag.
What am I leaving out?
I mean, it's the whole presentation. Graphically, there's nothing like it. Like you said, musically, there's nothing like it. Even Mr. Tailchao himself informed me there's secrets galore in this game that I never hear anybody talk about. It's probably the most complete game on the 7800. Now, it is more of like a single screen puzzle game. You do have enemies you fight, but it's more
boss
about
screens.
Boss screens. Yeah, let me see if I can pull up a boss. But like I said, it's I just went by it. It's just such a complete game. And that's the thing with the Atari 7800. A lot of people were, I think, somewhat disappointed with it initially upon its retail release, because 1986 it came out with a lot of arcade games that were from the early 80s. You had just a lot of weird things with it. And this proves to a lot of people beyond a shadow of a doubt that the Atari 7800 is a very capable system that was underutilized, underappreciated, and capable of so much more than what we know. So,
well, that being said, there's like pokey chips in here, and he's expanded
Yamaha chips. Yeah,
exactly. I'm sorry, me and John are not
right.
technical wizards, but there's extra RAM and stuff. So this game, if you haven't played it, it's amazing, and even most of the emulators and stuff can't play this because there is a little
Yeah, he had to make his own emulator BUP system to run it. You can get it on Steam if you want to go that route. If you have a 7800 proper, you can get it with a GameDrive from Stone Age Gamer.
Yeah.
Physical copies, they are not available anywhere right now, so they go on eBay for about, they ask 600, auction I see them go around 450. So not the easiest game to obtain if you want a physical cartridge, but get it on Steam. It's worth just grabbing on Steam.
And next year, John and I are going to get together and we're going to play through the 2-player campaign we're going to do a live and do that. So we can, because I don't think there's any video of that online.
Very little. Yeah. So with all that said, Vinny, you said, is there ever going to be another game that surpasses it, equals
what do you think?
No, I don't think there will be. I think there could be, but you said it yourself. The man took 3 years off his life to do this. He got the aid of talented people. It wasn't just like a friend doing music. He got a very talented musician. His name escapes me now.
Bobby Clark.
No, Rushjet 1.
Oh, okay. It's not even synth.
Yeah, he got all kinds of talented people to work with him, or a handful, I guess. But so I don't think, unless somebody else is willing to put that time in, and I don't even think Atari themselves is willing to put that much time and effort into a game. So I don't think we'll see anything like it again. But that's not to say there ain't great games that won't approach it in some regards. And that's kind of how I made my choices, is thinking about the different aspects and which games came close to those aspects.
Well, in some ways, some of these games are better because they don't have the resources poured into them. Sometimes some of these games that we've come up with 5 games each that could have been better than Rikki Vikki. We're close. And these aren't, and we're not slighting any of these games. It's kind of like
great games in themselves. Yeah,
that's right. It's kind of like what we're saying, or these were the ones that were the closest, or could be the closest if they haven't been released yet. And there's a few reasons why they probably didn't surpass it. Now, I will say this: Rikki Vikki is the best game for the 7800. It's not my favorite game for the 7800 because I don't like that genre of games. It is amazing. I do love it. I'm glad it's on the system. But there are other games I'd rather play than that. So some of these are some of those, if that makes sense.
Yep. Okay, so Vinny, do you want to go first?
Let's go. Let's do the. I don't know. Did you want to go like? Well, we're not ranking these either.
No, in no particular order.
Yeah. So let's Let me go. I wanted to do a video about this one for a while, and I haven't yet. But I kind of, before the fall, it seemed like there was about a year or so where there wasn't really a great 7800 game released for the 7800. There was Harpy's Curse in the VCS store. There was Burning in the Tower of Doom, but there was like this long kind of period of games that were being released, and they weren't bad, but they weren't anything like, whoa, you got to stop the presses and play this. Tiger Heli might have been the first one in a while. And to me, I was going to do, we need Vlad to get off his tuchus. And I'm saying that playfully. I really don't, no pressure, because I know these guys they feel the pressure sometimes. But I don't know if there's a game that I liked more than Night Guy on a board, 30 Squares of Fate. And the interesting thing about this game is Night Guy on a board, 30 Squares of Fate, hasn't been released yet. He released an almost near finished demo that's in the Trevor ROM pack for the 7800. That was released. And he had some sort of flood or a house fire because he's in Chile and who knows what the hell happened down there. So he had to rebuild this game from scratch. And I actually think this is the old graphics.
Yeah, that's all I have.
Yeah,
footage of,
and I'm not slighting it. So anybody can check out what the new one
on
looks
YouTube.
Yeah, but John and I both like this. This is a board game, a one-player board game that is also an RPG with skill games inside of it. I've never seen this anywhere before. If something like this exists, let me know. But this seems like one of the most unique ideas for an 8-bit system, for 8-bit game. The slide puzzle here is one of the hardest things in the game. So many moves to do it. But you fight bad guys. You have like chance card spaces where like different things. You can fall down a tree, or you can fall down a hole, or a tree can land on you or whatever. You can fight a tree or broccoli or whatever that is. And you have hit points. You can level up. You can get new items. But you're basically trying to get a key out of the shop. And it's random, it's like playing a board game. When will I ever hit this shop? And will I have enough money? And it is like Mario Party in a way. It's kind of like a game called Fortune Street for the GameCube. It's kind of like the WarioWare game, smooth moves and stuff like that. It's just a hoot, man. And I it's got so much charisma, like all his games does. I think this could be, depending on how it finishes, the best game ever for the 7800. But it is an acquired taste. So that's one of mine.
Yeah, I've been anticipating this game for a while. Vlad has a tendency to announce great stuff and then kind of leave us hanging and then nonchalantly announce that it will not be coming out, which drives me crazy, Vlad. Stop teasing us like that. But yeah, there's a lot.
I love this boss. This is actually, I had an idea. You know how again, I apologize if I'm taking too long on all these, but I like talking about this stuff. I like this boss here, and I had the idea: what if, because the VCS and Atari kind of has been doing this, but what if we had an adventure game, like a Link game, kind of like Quamp, but you're the paddle of Breakout, and you're doing like a Legend of Zelda game, and like these would be the bosses, stuff like this, like really unique.
Right.
I think that would be a cool game to play. It would be like Legend of Zelda mixed with Breakout. It would be that. But so anyway, that mini game was great in this.
Yeah.
Now the reason this game to me wouldn't be better than Rikki and Vikki, simply the music. There's no music in this game at all, and the music of Rikki and Vikki is outstanding. If there was a musical score put in this, perhaps, but that's going to be the big caveat.
Always been a weak point in Vlad's games. He don't include a lot of music, number one.
But to counterpoint my own point that you agreed with, every one of Vlad's games, because there's not a lot of crazy music, is playable on the Gamestation Go, because it reduces the size of the games, and whatever emulator MyArcade is using with this, every one of Vlad's games plays on this and plays well. If you get the ROM.
Right. Yeah. You got the ROM from Trevor's Pack. Is that right?
Yeah.
Trevor's Pack is great. If you don't know what it is, it's something you can download ROMs. There's a lot of demos, work in progress, just overwhelming amount of stuff in there. Google it.
1,400 things.
Yeah. Night Guy is going to be great. I think every game console needs a couple things. I always say every game console needs a pinball game, a board game, and a couple other things. So I'm excited. I always wanted like a Monopoly or something on the 7800. So I'm excited to see that if it ever gets finished. I think looking at my list here, since we have some overlap in a few spots, I'm just going to go ahead and start out with one that I think most people already know about. It was included with the 2600 plus, 7800 plus. Bentley Bear's Crystal Quest. And I don't think this is anywhere near as good as Rikki and Vikki on the whole, but I think it does some things almost as well as Rikki and Vikki. Number one thing people have been asking for since the homebrew scene has become a thing. I know is platformers. Everybody wants a good platforming game. This takes cues from Adventure Island. I believe it started out as like an Adventure Island port and kind of got worked into a different thing here. I think the great thing about this game, what makes it, the aspect that makes it equal to Rikki and Vikki is just it's a long adventure on the 7800. It's a game that's got secrets, it's got longevity, there's several worlds, several levels, a lot of variety. And in that aspect, yeah, Wonder Boy, Adventure Island. In that aspect, I think it's Rikki and Vikki's equal. I think in everything else, it takes a step behind. I would rather play Rikki and Vikki over this, but this is a great game in its own right, and I think it is. If it had Rikki and Vikki's graphics, I think it would be heralded. I think a lot of people would say it's the greatest game on the 7800 just because people want platformers on the 7800.
I would say great point about this is a long game. This unless you know where all the secrets are, it's going to take you a long time to beat this game. The music, I would say, is, and Bobby Clark did do this music, and a lot of it is like Sugar Plum Fairy, a lot of classical music that was included in the original Crystal Castles, which I think is kind of neat. There's a secret for you guys.
Yeah,
I think the music. I think the music is good or close to being as good as Rikki and Vikki. Graphics, not as much. Parallax scrolling. I do think Rikki and Vikki's more interesting on the whole.
Yeah.
But I do also think I've got a video about this too. A lot of people have problems with the controls because this actually was made for a Pro Line controller. So if you're going to use this on the Atari 7800 Plus or an emulator, or you can play it on this, it's terrible because it's hard to use these types of controls for Bentley Bear. It should be used with a Pro Line or like a Genesis controller. So that I think the approachability, if people don't know what they're doing, would kind of throw them off too. But again, this is another 5-star game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Robert DeCrescendo so did this one, and it's one of his best. I think one of the ones he's
most proud of
and most well known for. Before we move on, Crypto Coffee with a $1 super chat. Thank you very much. Always appreciated. Never expected. So thank you. We appreciate the support. Okay, moving on, Vinny. What is your next game?
Let's do. This is a game that's not been released, and I don't know if it's going to be released. And this was a little controversial this week. I always liked. I was a bad guy pro wrestler for almost 20 years, and next month I have my final match. John, you should come down and watch me as I take on this crazy Irishman. That's always.
It's your last match. You're not going to wrestle anymore.
Yeah, no. I haven't wrestled.
What about hat flipping?
Hat flipping, I'll never retire from.
All right.
I'm the South's premier hat flipper. But this game, look, again, I'm not trying to just shill for myself because I haven't even released it yet, but I'm doing a review of this thing for this week from a 7,800 from 7,800 fans vantage point. And one of the games that you can sideload that is an Atari 7,800 game is a thing called Turret Turmoil Dreadnought Attack. Okay. And this is a game that is made by a fella named Playsoft. And I've played a few versions of this, but with this latest package from Trevor, of course, we're putting Trevor over a lot tonight, it plays brilliantly on this Gamestation Go. And I was blown away. It's a side-scrolling shooter. It needs both buttons. And again, this started off as, and if you go back to my channel, Atari7800 forever.com, there was an article I said that there was somebody was trying to make a game with as many sprites as you could on a 7800 system, and it was basically the big origins of this game. It was the same people doing that, and they were just having. And so on this game, you're trying to destroy. You're doing a dreadnought attack, kind of like the 78 or the 5200 game Dreadnought Assault,
or Dreadnought going on.
Dreadnought Factor, I guess.
Yeah.
But you got to take on these turrets. There's miniature boss battles. where there's like there's a snake creature that'll give you power-ups when you beat it. The blue one looks like my landlord, not this one, but the blue one looks like my old landlord when I used to live in Pigeon Forge. But this game is smooth. The second button reverses your direction that you fly over the dreadnought, and it's just a great shooter. It's all this stuff's going on, and after you defeat the turrets, you got to go pick up a hostage and take him back. I'm blown away. The music's good. I love how the level starts. It starts with this staticky kind of like level 1. It's almost like the movie 7 with Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt. It's like a level 1. And you start off, and once you rescue the hostage, you take him back to your little base floating in space, and you've defeated the level. Now, I went on to AtariAge this week, and I said, son, whoever's, play soft, when we finish in this game. And he had this entire thing about, hey, man, somebody once said that I didn't need the second function to go backward, and the game's not very good. And I tried to include like a Galaga mini game in the middle of it, and I wasn't happy with how it turned out. And I was like, it sounded like he just lost his love for this game. It's unreal. There's a little hostage there going crazy, go nuts. It's unreal that he has lost his zest for this one, because this dude, I was going to wait. This thing, as it stands, would be a 4.5 out of 5 or almost a 5 out of 5. This game is incredible. And it's so smooth, well thought out, fun. And the guy's like, I'm not horsing around with it anymore. I'm going to do something that's going to be a better game, because this one's no good. And he thinks this game sucks. I think he's been eating paint chips or something. I don't know. Somebody needs to go check on him, do a wellness check. This thing is incredible. And I told the guy on the forums, I said, hey, I don't want to cause you stress or make you sad, because you don't know where people are mentally health wise, but bro, throw a boss level on level 5 and and just wrap it up.
If he released it like this, I'd be thrilled to death. I agree with everything you said. Play soft. This is on my list too, so I might as well just.
That's the one that looks like my landlord, by the way.
There you go, right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that face.
Yeah, it looks like Gary.
That's how Gary looked when he was yelling at it. Where's my rent? But
it's the 10th.
This. So I tried to take an aspect of Rikki and Vikki out of every game. For me, this graphically is so impressive, where Rikki and Vikki kind of had large it's a different sort of impressive, but I think it's even more impressive in a lot of ways. Look at all this stuff going on. I'm going to go full screen again, but look at all this mayhem going on, and it's so smooth. Like you said, you turn around smooth, barely any slowdown, if any.
Look at the parallax scrolling. Look at all that green shit going behind like the blue fuselage of the ship. I didn't mean to cut you off, but look at that, man.
It's incredible graphically, and I haven't actually played it myself, so I can't speak on that. But the thought of playing this on the 7800 as a kid, if somebody would have showed this to me as a kid,
dude, what are you talking about?
When I had this 7800 in my basement, and that's what we played on the weekends. Oh my God. I would go nuts. And yet the name is Turret Turmoil Dreadnought Assault. It's fantastic. I'm just so hurt that that place is. Well, I mean, I don't know how.
We're bewildered.
It's
It's disappointing. And again, I don't know what this guy's mental state is. I don't want
right.
I don't.
But I hope it's not because somebody made. Because trust me, as a YouTube creator, I've been there too. I work hard on a video. Everybody's like, this is great. And I focus on the one comment that said, well, you mispronounced a word and actually you got something wrong at minute 12:48.
Yeah.
And I focus in on that, and it ruins my whole experience with the video.
You just got to get thick skin. I mean,
right.
That's the whole thing. When you're putting yourself out there in the world, there's so many haters, don't let them hate on you, dude. Like, think of it this way, Mr. Playsoft. If you listen to this, I hope you listen to this. Look, Tiger Heli, 4 levels. Pluto, Sirius. These prototypes people went on and on about. 4 levels.
4 levels. Yep.
You've got 4 levels. It's great. It's
He has 4 levels done.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Wow. That's cycle them and
It's you need there's a new
Kroger's. Look at Kroger's.
By the way, folks, if you need some baby spring mix shit, what the hell was that? Spinach? But anyway,
and then it goes into one of my videos. All right, how do I get this off there?
Yeah, you're doing that on purpose. But we won't talk about it, but that game as it stands, that's better than Scramble. That's better than Serious. That game is exhilarating. And I guess I'm not going to harp on it all night long, but man, if you find the love of the Lord in your heart, try to get that damn thing done, or just release it as it is. Like we said, it's
I would get it as is. I mean, put it on there like, hey, this, I don't even care what you say, just release it. You don't have to say nothing.
Okay. Is Paul play soft?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, let me just say this, and again, I don't want to make any enemies. Mr. Playsoft, if you think that John Hancock's Block 'em Sock 'em is better than your shooter, then we need to sit down and have a serious conversation, because that Block 'em Sock 'em game.
Well, that was fine. The 7800 port was a great port.
Okay.
He did the port of it to the 7800, or the 5200. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and Daryl did the one for and Daryl.
Yeah, he did the 70.
Is a great programmer, but
the game was fine. But what you're saying is it's not as good as Turret Turmoil.
Not even in the same league, man. That's church softball compared to the Harlem Globetrotters, brother. I mean, get back on that thing, bro.
Yep, absolutely, 100% agree. So I guess we will. I might as well get these out of the way, because I also do not have a video for this one, unless you want to go with another one, Vinny. I guess I piggybacked off of yours.
Well, let's change this. Let's do a released one that's been released multiple times. Let's do one of the big boys. Everybody probably knew we were going to talk about this one, but EXO from Muddy Funster may be, if there is a contender for the game that is the best on the system, that is not Rikki and Vikki, and some people would probably contend this one's better. It's EXO, which is a very unique adventure game wrapped up that looks like a shooter. Place off. If you're still looking at this, people are still putting this shooter that you put over. But let's go back to this EXO here. EXO has great music. It's a huge ass game.
I have this list as EXO. This might be something else. Oh no, it is EXO. Okay.
Elite Xeno Operations. Even on this screen alone, there's secrets on this screen. There's cinematics. There's you can select whatever world you're going to. This is a challenging game. It looks like, yes, we are live, Huge Ass. It looks like a shooter, and it's tricking you right there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's actually a kind of a puzzle platform adventure game. I would say this is more of an adventure game, and it's not easy. And basically, each level, you can hear that it's got great music, great graphics. Each level, you've got to find, you got to blow up a generator, and when you blow up the generator, it lets down these electrical, electrical barricades that get you into secret areas. You can steal a key, and then take the key to the boss and kick the boss's ass. And watch out there, son. And
I'm horrible at this game. We should find somebody who's good at it.
Yeah, and somebody says they got this on the VCS. That's why we were saying this has been released. See the barricade there. We got to find. Oh, there's the key card to get out and fight the boss. And there's actually hidden artifacts. There's great dialogue. Maybe not as great as Rikki and Vikki, but Muddy Funster does great dry dialogue for a 7800 game with his British humor. And and there's different, like, look at this. This is like, we got to figure out how to time this right. Ooh, can we get down there? Oh, I see what you're doing here. It's a time switch. There we go. We got it. Get out of here. We don't need that one. Watch out for these missiles. Holy shit.
Yeah, you can't shoot them.
You do suck at this game.
Who knew?
But this game, like, hey, it's fun. There's like a jungle world. There's like a rusty kind of world. There's like a computerized world. Different worlds, different characters, tons of cinematics. What else would you got to say about this game? Because it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's just brilliant. I still have not put the time into it that it deserves. But again, picking aspects from Rikki and Vikki, I feel that once again, this has the challenge that Rikki Vikki offers. So one thing that I enjoyed about
Right.
Rikki and Vikki was how long that game took me to complete. It was again, a lot of 7800 games I can beat in an afternoon if I want to.
Yeah.
Rikki and Vikki, not so much. That took me a little while to get through. And
It took me a
EXO,
long time.
yeah, and EXO is going to be the same way because, like I said, I have not given it the time it deserves because I know it's going to take me a lot of time to complete it and put out a review or whatever.
Hey, look, Funksboro. That's named after me, but we just blew through it because you don't like me. So
No, I don't like you at all. So, yeah, but yeah, I think this is a fantastic game. Muddy is so talented on the 7800. All these guys, VHZC, everybody we talked about, PlaySoft especially, all these guys, and I restart because that's as far.
You don't want to show how bad you did.
Well, that's as far as I made it in that recording. That was as far. Muddy has all his ROMs available, I believe,
for sale.
For sale. I don't know how you get them. I guess message him on AtariAge.
He's on the AtariAge forums. His name's Muddy Funster. Looks like his logo is like an Activision logo, but it says Muddy Funster. Great guy. Love Lewis Black. He's a hell of a dude. That game, agreed. What is comparing to Rikki and Vikki? Music right there.
Music
challenge right there. Boss fights not as good as Rikki and Vikki.
I haven't even made it to a boss yet in that game,
and that's probably the weakest attribute. But as far as the extras like cinematics, listening to the music, there's like a little player, like a CD player, like an old. You can listen to it. There's secrets. There's like different things you can unlock to read.
Yep,
he's releasing. It's on the Atari VCS for only $8 too. But you can buy you can buy the EXO collector's edition, which has a tons of stuff in it too. All the extras and stuff. I would put that right there with Rikki too. So this was one that was real close to being better than Rikki.
Oh yeah,
and Vikki.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, it's equal at the very least, which is high praise in a lot of aspects. So, very cool game, great addition. Moving on to my next game, I have, it looks like 2 more. Again, choosing aspects of Rikki and Vikki. There is some where I kind of chose the same aspect a few times, but I just want to talk about this one. Herpes Curse, to me, graphically is nowhere near. Well, I kind of like this part. I think this looks cool for a 70.
Just because you can see up her skirt, you pervert.
Well, I got to angle my head, but yeah, I can get a good shot up there. But what I love about this game, it's a Metroidvania for the 7800. Number one, that's a big deal for a lot of people. Metroidvanias are they've kind of been the hot thing for a decade or so. And it seems like people always want them for every system. So yeah, Herpes Curse, exactly. But this game, I was happy with. And Rikki and Vikki really doesn't have this, I guess, but the exploration of it, there was a lot of points where I felt like I was going in circles, or maybe I was a little bit lost, but there was some rewarding points to the exploration in this game that made me want to keep playing it. It has a new game plus to it, which Rikki and Vikki doesn't have, but it kind of upped the difficulty to almost a EXO or Rikki and Vikki level, if not a little bit beyond. Overall, I just really enjoyed this game. I guess the enjoyment factor would probably have been, I guess, the aspect that was similar to Rikki and Vikki the most, because I did have a lot of fun playing through this. Again, there was frustrating moments in it. The boss battles are a definite downside. They cannot touch Rikki and Vikki in terms of boss battles. But overall, it's a fun game. Looking at the game as a whole, I think it was an experience I was really glad to have. And if you want a long-form adventure with some unique elements, I don't think you can go wrong with this one, in my opinion.
I'm going to say this game is not on my list of 5, but there are 3 things about it I think are better than Rikki and Vikki. One is exploration, obviously.
Yep.
One is the leveling up of the
Oh
harpy.
yeah. Yep.
You're doing this joust type dive, which is counterintuitive and tough, but she becomes a little badass and can do all sorts of stuff by the end of the game. And she starts to just rock all of these regular mobs that were giving her trouble in the beginning. That's always a great sign of good programming and good ideas. And again, hey, that was a big deal. You find a heart right there.
Oh yeah.
And the third thing is nostalgia. There's nothing like writing down passcodes on a notebook and a pen like we did in the 80s. And I'm sitting there going, okay, it looks like a scissors or a half of a ribbon or whatever that is. And I'm trying to write that out so I can put it into the game next time I play it. The other thing is, too, on the 7800, this is also available on the Atari VCS for 8.
Yeah, good point. Yep.
But this also is a 7800 release, and they have a map that comes with it. It reminds me of like those old cereal boxes. You'd have, sometimes there would be like adventures and mysteries on cereal boxes or something like that, but the map was kind of covered up and there's like dust and wear because it's like we found it in a pyramid or some shit. And so it doesn't really show you everywhere, but it gives you some inklings on where some things are. And the combination of that, I think, is awesome. So this game is great. I love this game. I beat it on the VCS. Agreed, graphics aren't nearly as good. Music obviously is not very as good, and the boss battles are not nearly as good. And this game is frustrating. I get frustrated with all Metroidvanias. I got annoyed with Adventure of Samsara at some points. Even though at the end I'd have to say it actually, now that I look back, it did play out really well. But anyway, this game is real close to being on the level of Rikki and Vikki as well.
Absolutely, it was just a few things off from being at that level, but I really liked it. Looking up a map for it, good luck, because there is not actually that many walkthrough guides, maps, stuff. That's the other thing about these games.
I will on AtariAge, if you look up the map to Harpy's Curse, there is a shot on one of their little you have to like get on your phone, you take a screenshot and you expand it. And that actually is what helped me beat the game on the VCS.
Pay attention to that map, because it'll show you where there's a big secret in that game.
Oh, and there's another thing I wanted to correct you on this too. No offense, but there is like a secret world where you're like, whoa, this gets really tough.
Yeah. Oh, and
in Harpy's Curse.
Yeah.
Rikki and Vikki has a secret world too.
Yeah. Yeah.
It also has the 2-player world, which creates a much more different experience and a more difficult experience. So there is like a leveling. There is a kind of you beat the game, but asterisk, what game did you really beat? So there is that element that's similar too.
Absolutely, yeah. Good point. Good idea. So, what do you got, Benny? One more, I think, or two?
I've got two, John.
Okay.
I'm going to end with my closer here, but I'm going to go another Vlad game because I'm going to poo-poo on a couple of his games on my website recently. But Night Guy in a Low-Res World, Castle Days. Sometimes you make a game and there's not hardly any music to this game. There's no story, but somehow
you gotta save your pet.
Save your pet. But somehow, some way, this game is charming as hell. And I would say somehow, I don't know if it's how cute he looks or what, or how simple the game is. I think this is almost as charming, if not more charming, than Rikki and Vikki. You're saving a pet. We can all, if anybody took one of my little dogs, I'd go on this stupid kind of expedition here. Sorry, wrong word. But, this is I always called this a 2D Dragon's Lair. A lot of stuff, Twitch type games. There's a great, really interesting boss battles. Vlad has always really done well with these and good ideas for simple gameplay. You only need one button on this game.
Yep.
Not a lot of music. Graphics are charming, but nothing to knock you out. but getting to the end and then there's 4 secrets. You need to find all 4 secrets if you want to beat the game, and then being able to run out of the castle before it explodes to get your final score and to see if you even beat the game. So you have to run through all the traps backwards. Really cool, man. And again, graphics aren't as great. It's not as long as Rikki and Vikki. The boss battles aren't as good, even though they're good. But the charm is right there, and better exploration. So some people will like this game even better. It's satisfying.
Yeah, it's a fantastic game. This is the game that introduced me to Vlad. Vlad, the 7800 Impaler. No, but this introduced me to him, and I knew from the moment I played this game that the dude makes great games. That he makes stuff that you want to play. You want to play Night Guy when you first see it. When you see this at AtariAge and you maybe see some screenshots, it looks like a game you want to buy and play. It has that. I don't know what there's a attraction to it when you just know a game when you look at it. Remember, you used to go to the store and you'd pick up the box because we didn't know nothing back in the day, and you'd say, "I want to play this game." That's what it reminds me of. His games are attractive in that manner. So.
And again, I piggyback off that idea. That's a great observation. I think this is the approachability. I think this game is much more approachable than Rikki and Vikki. This is a very Atari game where it's easy to understand, easy to play, but somewhat difficult to master. So that is an Atari game to a T. And so, it's even more approachable than Rikki and Vikki.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's a good choice. It wasn't one of mine, but I can't say that I don't agree with it.
I agree with Harpy's Curse too, your pick. So yeah, great stuff.
Great stuff. Yep, looks fun to Crypto. Looks fun to me. So let me bring this up here. I got my last pick, and I'm actually going to sort of piggyback off of you a little bit. Like I said, my pick's a little bit different here. I got loaded off of YouTube, so give me a second. But no, I also have a Vlad game here, and I'm choosing Tunnels of Hyperion. It's brand new, just released. It was released at PRGE this year. The demo's been up for quite a while, and I played the demo somewhat. Graphically, I think this game looks excellent. It has a nice big, your ship is nice and large. That can be a detriment too, though, because you got to kind of weave it between some tight spaces. So, but you got a nice large ship that looks pretty good. And it has that sort of puzzle game aspect of Rikki and Vikki, where it's sort of it looks like a side-scrolling shooter, but it's actually disguising sort of an underlying puzzle game where memorization is kind of key. Knowing where to put your ship is more important than being able to shoot the enemies. And that's kind of an aspect of Rikki and Vikki that I don't think gets brought up a lot when people talk about it, how it's more of a puzzle game than a platformer. And this is the same thing, a great looking game with a lot of puzzle elements that I can't wait to own the box of and pull down and complete, because I think I finished the demo, or I came close to it at least. So I will be thrilled to have this and finish it.
Yeah, I agree. This is I'm not as high on this game, but I do appreciate the fact that it is a horizontal shooter, but it's really a puzzle game, is what this thing is. It is a memorization game. It is a very unique experience. A couple of Vlad's games, you even have a boss battle here.
Yeah.
This is more about time. You can die as many times as you want as long as you have time, and there's ways to prolong the time to give you more of a chance. But you shoot them coming this way. I've never even done that before. That's actually even better than what I was doing.
This is somebody else playing.
Okay.
This isn't my gameplay.
That's a good idea. I'm going to steal that for next time. I'm going to get you some better points there, or more points that way. But and again, that's there's depth of gameplay here, so that's very valuable as well, and it's exhilarating, and so it's a good game, and Vlad's had a couple of misses recently, in my opinion, and I think this is him getting back on the horse. So
yeah, I think this is a lot better than so, like you said, some of the other stuff that's been released recently. So I'm super excited to get it. Awesome.
I got one more.
So one more from Vinny here, and this is a good one.
Yeah. And again, just like Rikki and Vikki, this game is not my cup of tea. This is not what I would say. This is my favorite genre of game. However, the scope of this game is even grander than Rikki and Vikki because of the overworld map. And I'm talking about Bernie and the Tower of Doom, which is a VCS release. I beat the game on the VCS, and it's coming out right now too. And so this game could have been, maybe in your estimation, better than Rikki and Vikki. Talk about, Rikki and Vikki was charming as hell. So who's the best dialogue writer in the 7800 universe? Is it Muddy Funster? Or is it Tailchao with Rikki and Vikki? Because the dialogue was great in this. This has a lot of great dry British humor. There's cut scenes with different people all over the universe in this game. And it's a great flavor. And so you got hot ass
that's cool.
Snail and the Snail sitting here, and we're having coffee, and they have a funny dialogue.
Smash and crash.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what they're talking about there.
Snails, I thought they were talking about something different.
Snails are very snails are very loving, which is kind of gross, but kind of sweet too. They're monogamous, I think. But anyway, so they got a letter here with a look at that. It's got like a royal wax crest. And so this overmap is cool. You can find a lot of secrets on this overworld map. But the crux of the game is another single screen puzzle platformer. And there's some really cool, there's some stuff that's kind of derivative. And you're like, okay, this looks like something like Lode Runner or whatever. There's some stuff that's pretty derivative. But there's some live action, unpredictable screens where there's autonomous robots or mobs of some sort doing whatever. Like they're not locked in a position. They can kind of do whatever, and it creates like a really insane atmosphere to try to beat the level without dying. So
what are you trying to do? Get the stars off of the...
You dry hump the floor, and you're trying
to see that.
You dry hump the floor, and you got to figure out how to get the
wow.
You got to get the stars out of you got to dry hump the gelatin or the stars come out, and you can. And so again, this is, and you'll know that I like this too. This game is very similar because each screen you clear, you go to the next one,
right?
And you eventually go to the top of a tower. Guess what he does?
What?
He topples the tower.
Oh.
And then when he topples, there is two, John, I saw this about shit my pants, son. There is a submarine part of the game that is exactly like Tower Toppler.
Tower Toppler? You're kidding.
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? So this is a definite homage to Tower Toppler, which is my favorite 7800 game. I'm the world record holder of it currently. And I loved that. And when I saw that, I had heart eyes. I was like, oh, my God. So
I'm going to bring this up because I didn't have gameplay pulled up. So look, who's this guy?
Oh, look at that. I have a little Bernie there.
That's a Bernie? God,
that's a little Bernie.
What's wrong with his eyes?
Well, he just shit my hand there.
Man.
Yeah.
So you have a review up on your channel, which is great.
I do.
I'll tell you what, I have not had a chance to play this game yet. I don't even think I bought it on the VCS.
Oh my God, man!
This looks incredible, though. The charm, the story. I love the story. There's a lot more of it, which I ain't always thrilled with in some games, but I really enjoy the presentation and the charm of this game.
Oh, he's cool. I keep calling him a snail. This
he's
is
a
one
slug,
of those,
right?
Well, Muddy's like, he's not a snail. He keeps getting mad at me. Watch out there. So here's one of the live action screens. That's really, of course, these guys are kind of following a pattern, but their patterns change when they fall. This is an incredible puzzle design. Is it as good as Ricky and Vicky. He has a flying toilet. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
British people are so funny. But are the levels as good or thought out as well as Ricky and Vicky? Probably not, but they're very close. In fact, the one of the knocks that I have on this game is I feel like the last level should have been something else. It was kind of
really?
like, yeah, it was like, what? But it was cool. You go to a particularly crazy place to beat the robot. But I thought the last level could have been something better. But again, there's not really any boss battles in this. If we're saying why this isn't better than Ricky and Vicky, I don't think the level design is as good as Ricky and Vicky, and we're talking about a 4.5 compared to a 5. It's very good. I'm not trying to poo-poo on it, but that's why the charm, the dialogue's probably better in this game. So, and the scope of the game I think is better.
Yeah, I like the overworld too. Very like Mario World esque. Yeah. Great stuff. I can't wait to play this. I'm so excited. This looks like Muddy really fully realizing his potential on the console, and that's something I think we've all been it's been great watching him evolve from Danger Zone to or from Tire Tracks, I guess. Even I love that game on the 2600 to Danger Zone to Artie and this and everything. So it's great to see him kind of improve and grow. And man, I think this has a great presentation. I put it on par with Ricky and Vicky almost, with the overworld and cutscenes and stuff. At least from what I've seen, I haven't tried it yet. So
I think the graphics are probably better with Ricky and Vicky and stuff, because some of these color schemes are a little gaudy. But I mean, it dialogue wise, scope wise, just charm wise, the overworld map to me is just what makes the game so much fun. If you just went through these screens, it would be pretty boring. It's because you can go off the trail at some points and you run into people. There's people in the woods that you can talk to, and there's secrets and stuff. So it's really pretty fun, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, great topic, Vinny. I love the topic when you brought it up, and I think we had a lot of great games put on here. Hopefully you guys found something you can, when you click off the video, go try or put on your wish list or whatever. I did see a few questions pop up here for us, so I figured we could end the show by maybe just taking a look at what some of the chat's been saying. And I assume you're finished, right, Vinny?
Yeah, I was just going to say, we had the Gamestation going the entire podcast. How long have we talked?
Hour and 22 minutes.
Okay, so one chunk of the battery has elapsed since the start of this, so that's pretty good.
Is that how it goes, in chunks?
It's like a cell phone battery. It's got like 4 in the middle.
Gotcha.
So it went from 3 to 2.
Crypto Coffee with a super chat earlier. It was supposed to say Atari rules, and now we have to read it 3 times. Atari rules, Atari rules, Atari rules. Thank you.
There are no Atari rules.
Raimi wants to know, where's your match at, Vinny? Your last match?
I think it's either in Athens, Tennessee, or Sweetwater, Tennessee. I'm not sure. One of the two.
You don't know.
Well, I got a crazy month coming up. I'm going to start talking about that match in November, but yeah.
All right.
It's November 22nd at a wrestling promotion called Ego Pro.
Cafe Man 2D had a great question. What type or genre of 7800 homebrew do you want to see in 2026?
I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to think, when I get through a couple of these feature films that I'm making, I've got 3 coming up, 4 in the next year. And after I kind of get that under my belt, I'm thinking about looking into making a game. And I want to do a genre that has not been done. And I'm either thinking some sort of sports or some sort of 2D interesting fighter in the vein of like Archon Tournament, which would be, instead of it like being, like a shitty Jaguar thing, it would be more like you're running around a screen, but you both have different, people had different powers and stuff. And it would be more of like a 2D, something a little bit like the Fairy game on the set 5200. What's that called, John?
I'm sorry, what? I wasn't listening.
The 5200 fairy game. What is that? Where you had
Fairy Force, Magical Fairy Force.
Yeah, something like that, but more actual combat than kind of that weird gameplay that he had.
Okay, that'd be interesting. So like an Arkanoid type thing.
Yeah, like you could have, something like that.
Yeah, very cool.
And it would be I would use a lot of characters from Atari, like Sly from Tower Toppler and the Yar and the Box from Adventure and stuff like that, and the Rindle the Red and all that stuff.
Are you gonna sell it?
Oh yeah, it's the best game ever made too. You asked me if I'm gonna sell. I don't even know. I may spend 20 minutes on it and go, I can't do this shit, which I think is what's.
Are you gonna program it yourself?
Well, yeah, nobody wants to. I mean, you go to these programmers. I got a great idea for a game. It's the worst sentence.
Well, you have to pay them.
What? No, I don't want to bother anybody. I'll tell you what. I wonder how much PlaySoft would want to finish Turret Turmoil. I wonder what kind of.
We should start GoFundMe to
finish. Man. I wonder if he would do that.
Yeah, heck yeah. Show him how much we
care
want it. Yeah. Yeah, for 2026, as far as homebrew, I just want more great games to come to the 7800. I want them from, Atari themselves. I want to see some cool stuff from Play On, like we talked about, in Tau Plan. I want to see stuff from AtariAge. I want to see some of this great stuff get completed. You got something stuck in your...
I'm just trying to figure out what is going on. It looks like I have a tooth falling out or something. Let me make sure I'm okay here. I may need to go to the emergency room.
Your match hasn't even started yet, and you're losing teeth. You don't need to be in the ring anymore. Yeah, I just want to see more great stuff. I always said, I want to see a cool board game, a pinball game. I want to see another great platformer would be fun. More great arcade ports, 2D fighting game. Is it loose? Does it feel loose?
No, there's like a weird. I got TV. I don't know if it's my goatee. It looks like this tooth looks like it's dark.
Yeah, it does actually. It might be a cavity.
No, it looks okay.
Okay,
just a shadow or something.
Saint Paladin 77. Curious what happened to Ghosts and Goblins on the 7800. For those that don't know, there was a Ghosts and Goblins port being worked on, and it looked fantastic. The demo played great.
You can play it on this.
You can play it on that. I made it all the way to the end of the first level on there, as a matter of fact, and I don't know. It doesn't seem like.
Well, bro, I mean, that game, that's ambition. I mean, that's.
Yeah.
To me, that's like the Spire of Ancients, that kind of the first-person mace crawler that somebody was trying to program, and it's like, no wonder they didn't finish it. I mean, that's insane, the amount of programming you got to do on something like that. So I don't know if we know the answer to your question, but I just imagine that somebody's just like, Jesus, it's like a heavy weight they got to put down for a little while.
For some reason, I can only scroll one way in the chat all of a sudden. We had some people talking about Atari hiring the 7800 homebrew people, kind of a conversation going on. They have been working with 7800 homebrew guys. They had Robert DeCrescenzo for a while. It seems like they've reached out to a few other people. Obviously, they're releasing various games as well. So they do seem to be working with the community and kind of utilizing that.
We know some inside information. We say there's going to be at least one more Bob game released under the Atari label. I'm not saying what it is.
Okay. What is this? Want to know why Game Boy games aren't being ported to 7800? I don't know if there's a technical holdup or what. I don't know if they're similar.
What is he talking about?
I don't know. Is the Game Boy similar to the 7800 in some way?
No, I don't.
Okay.
There's three. One thing we didn't talk about. There's three Game Boy games being released by Atari. Did you see that? There's
for that chromatic thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool too. I am not in the market for another console. I will not be getting that just to play three Atari Game Boy games. But it's very cool that it's out there. I'm glad that they're on everything. Anything that pops up, why not? Throw your name in it. I'm sure it didn't cost them anything. They just wanted the license to the games. They said, "Yeah, knock yourselves out," and they
Looks
make
cool. The packaging looks cool.
yeah, I wouldn't mind having it on the shelf, but not for $200 or whatever it is, $100 I think actually. Anyway, Vinny, GameStation Go rating out of 10.
Well, I want to do a review on my channel, Big and Funky Productions, this week, but I don't know where I'm at on it yet. I mean, I think it's great. It's very far from perfect.
Yeah,
but it's still amazing. I don't know. It's like having a beautiful woman who's crazy and she tries to kill you every once in a while, but the sex is incredible. It's like, I don't know how to rate this woman
out of 10.
Out of 10. I there's some things about it that are bad, and there's some things about it that are really bad, and there's some things about it that are just amazing. Like, I don't know if you saw the top of the show. I've never been able to beat Paperboy on the Atari Lynx, and I just did it moments before we went live, and I did it on the GameStation Go. So
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, but like it's great. I mean, like the Balls of Steel games are better than I thought they would be. But they're not perfect. The Recharge games, there's a lot of problems with those. Have you heard about that?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I don't have one.
No, have you heard? You've got the ear to the grindstone. Have you heard?
I heard about that.
The Pac-Man selections.
Yeah, I've heard there's some issues.
Yeah, I mean, but like, but you can side load all th's games on it. It's incredible, but it's not perfect. And I almost dropped it. Oh my god! I almost broke the damn thing, Cafe Man.
Defender 7800 collector's edition of EXO is incredible too. Maybe I didn't know Defender 7800 does videos. Very cool. We'll have to check them out. But yeah, collector's edition of EXO, Vinny.
Yeah.
Did you break your GameStation Go?
I just worried I dumped a Diet Coke in my computer. No.
Did you?
Which I did once on a podcast, and it fried me out of this terrible podcast I was doing about ghosts. It was kind of thankful.
I think I watched that.
Oh yeah,
I was watching that.
It was like
never came back.
It seriously shut down my computer. I need to quit putting fucking open Cokes over there.
I got open, yeah.
But the collector's edition of what's weird is my version of the game doesn't work. It fries. And
EXO on cartridge
of the I've got two. I got the regular one and I got the collector one. And the collector one fries. The regular one is great. But there's a lot of stuff in there that I'll never look at again. But there's patches and big books, and the box is cool looking. And so.
C64 Final Fight Port 7800. That'd be cool. Bruised Tooth is what some people think you have.
No, it's just a shadow. I got like a little straggly goatee thing that's making it look weird. I got to do TV in California this week, and you got to be pretty in California or they won't let you on TV. So I got to do better.
All right. So okay, Defender's eventually gonna do videos. Do video. If you want to do it, just do it. I'm telling you.
Just go ahead and do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. If you suck, who cares? If you're great.
If you suck, nobody will see him anyway. And if you're great, then you're going to surpass me and Vinny, and we'll be on your podcast.
We're not great. We suck. You can do better than this shit, I'm sure.
Atari Leaf. I got a copy of Popeye from Ovcode a couple weeks ago, and even on easy, I find the game much harder than the Atari 8-bit or NES versions. Maybe I'm just getting old. It's hard.
I think it's well.
You think it's easy?
Popeye?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think it's...
I think it's easier than the other versions. I have the arcade version.
Oh, okay. But the game in general isn't an easy game. I mean...
I don't know. I think I jive with it. Have you ever had games that you jive with and you're just like, I understand this game. Like, and some other people are like, this game, Popeye is one of those, I can trip that mother effer. I can trip that a couple times.
I've heard some people say that Fight Night on the 7800 is a hard game.
Fight Night?
Fight Night. Yeah. That's ridiculously easy.
This is the thing. This is what's crazy about that. How I used to do the Funk versus Atari videos, and I will one day when I have more time. Yeah. I was going to go through Fight Night and try to beat the game upside down. because I thought the game was so easy. I was like, I'm
It's
going to play the
easy.
game upside down and see if I can still win the championship. And
Wow.
the blood rushed to my head after about 20 seconds. It made me want to throw up, so I didn't do it
You should
because
do
I was
it.
like, I don't feel like doing that to
You
myself.
should do it while doing a funky figure four to.
I'd love to do that. I'm going to miss
Yeah.
putting people in the figure four. You just can't go around society and putting people in the funky figure fours. They get annoyed.
You did it in a movie once.
I
don't know
did.
how you work a figure four into a movie, but you figured it out. So
Well, I wrote the movie, so
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, Vinny, great show, great list as always. I think we covered a lot of great stuff. Where can people find Vinny Vineyard, Funkmaster V?
The easiest place, biginfunkyproductions.com. You can go
Big
see all
N.
Big N.
Okay.
Yeah,
Look this up.
biginfunkyproductions.com. You can go to my website, and all the movies that we're in are at the splash page. If you scroll down, you'll see the movie posters. You can also, there's links to Wrestling with Ghosts there. See, you can scroll down a little bit.
Okay.
And those are the films that we have released worldwide, Tubi and Amazon and other places. You can see those. And then if you go to Big and Funky Productions, the YouTube page, we just released a video where we investigated this a paranormal investigation of the Rabbit Man cabin in Unicoi County, Tennessee, where a guy, the locals thought he was turning into a rabbit or some shit. I'm not sure, but his cabin was jacked up, man. It was a jacked up situation. Let's scroll down there. Oh yeah, we can go down there and see the
I'll just go to videos here and bring up the newest.
Yeah, so there's my review of Adventure of Samsara. So you can see. I've been doing a lot of Atari stuff lately, so that's kind of like what a lot of these are. But and I'm going to do one tomorrow. So
I like the EXO Collector Edition thumb. Good stuff.
Well, thank you. I hate AI, and that's why we're making a movie about AI called Showdown in Secret City. So that's why the thumbnails are AI right now. So
absolutely, and of course you're watching the Atari Network. We did not simulcast tonight, unfortunately. Because StreamYard costs money. It's getting expensive.
It's $44 a month.
It's nuts, ain't it?
Fugga.
It was like what, 30 when we started? It's gone up.
20. It was $19 when I first started doing this.
It's ridiculous.
Did we start in 2023?
We did our first one. You asked me to do the Atari 7800 Forever podcast in. It was right after my dad died. So, yeah, what had have been 2022, I think.
Oh, wow.
I think, because then I started my page in 2023. I something like that. But, yeah, it's been a while. It's been a long journey.
Well, we're gonna meet up this. I want to meet up soon, and we can do Rikki and Vikki and a couple of these 2-player games.
Yeah, we need to figure it out because I do. I know you're busy. I have a few things coming up over the next few months, so yeah, we need.
But it'll be fun. It'll be like we're 12 years old. Have your friend come over to play Atari.
Can Benny come over, or can John come over to play Atari? His mom said it's all right. He's gonna.
Well, you've got to be done by 4. We're going to grandmother's. Yeah.
Check out the Atari Network. Of course, you guys are watching on there, but I put out a video today about Atari 2600 Halloween games. Some of the obvious choices on there, but I also looked a little deeper into some homebrew and stuff, so that was kind of cool. I did not cover the stuff. I don't know if you've seen Kraz puts 3 obscure VCS horror comedy games on the VCS. From the 2600, so I got to do a video on those, I think, since it's Halloween related, but everything but those is in the video, so check that out. We also looked at the last games of the 7800's retail life, and then I forgot all about Basket Brawl somehow, so our next review is going to be Basket Brawl, but as a bonus we'll add in the Lynx version. So
I did an article exactly like that. It was called the Prosystem Posse, and it was the 9 games that were released late in life that were the pretty much exclusive to the system. I mean, there was Basketball and Scrapyard Dog. Yeah, go to articles there.
That's under articles.
Yeah.
Atari7800forever.com. If you guys don't know, Vinny's been running it forever. It's literally like a history time capsule of a lot of stuff that's been going on.
Scroll down.
I don't want to pass it up.
Scroll down. It's alphabetical order, but the titles are all fucked up. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So
but I mean,
like, the Prosystem posse would be P. Silverback, I know that guy.
Yeah, you've done some articles for this thing.
Keep
going. There it is. It's on the pool table there. The Prosystem posses, the 7800's 9 exclusive quirky cousins, and these are the games. These are the ones as a 7800 fan when you were a kid. These are the ones you pined for because they were not ubiquitous, and it just kind of gives a synopsis of what they were, the similarities they had with each other, and stuff like that.
If you like the old, I actually, before I even met Vinny, I used to kind of mess around on this because I was always a 7800 guy, even though mine sat in the closet till COVID, and then I started this journey. But I always kind of clicked around, looked for 7800 stuff, and your website was always there. So yeah, very cool stuff.
I thought that was a cool video you did. I was like, oh man, that reminds me of that article I wrote.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'll have to read that article. That's probably where I got the idea. Subconsciously, I probably read that.
Oh, scroll up. You see that flex that Maria muscle. Click that one.
Oh, that's
this was the beginning of
see, even that looked impressive. I remember when that came out.
That's when them cats were fooling around with what now is turret trouble. And you click that video, look at that shit.
And I think there's some somebody talking in the background, but isn't there like voice?
Yeah, I mean, this is some cat recording at his house or something, or it's play soft or something. I don't know. It's not my video.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great that you have that on there. Again, Atari7800forever.com is like a time capsule, guys. It's great if you're curious about, what was happening with Atari. That lady's still talking in my ears. I gotta get that off here. But it's great if you're wondering what happened, like where all this stuff went, because you even have like the first ever Atari 7800 homebrew ever, and you're excited for that on there, which is fantastic. So,
man, yeah, it's hard to think about. That was actually like that was something like Clax was a huge deal.
Clax was huge, yeah.
When they found that, and that was like, oh man, we got something new to play, and Clax was great, and and then like there were a couple like Combat 1990, and you're like, okay, that's I can see that. That's okay. It's a one-player combat, which is pretty good. But then when Bob and Ken Siders started to churn out their things, you're like, whoa, this is different now.
So check that out. It's really cool just to see where we started and where we're at today with the Plus consoles and stuff. It's been a long, interesting ride if you haven't been there for the whole ride, or even if you have and you want to kind of pine for the old days, check it out. But I think with that, it's time to wrap up the video, Vinny. So you want to give us your words of wisdom?
Words of wisdom. I would say, don't fear the name, the fame, or the power of pure funk.
See ya.